Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Dark Souls. So we're going to go ahead and continue moving forward from where we were. We reached the Crystal Caves and got close to Seath's boss room, but even I knew that I wouldn't have a chance at actually beating Seath with the low Estus amounts that I was holding on to. So I was looking for a bonfire because I swore that there was a bonfire down there, but I can't remember where the bonfire is down here in the Crystal Cave, if there is one. And I feel really foolish for it, but it's been a while since I've actually played Dark Souls 1 and made it this far on like my own. And I'm actually a little bit, keyword is a little bit, afraid of fighting Seath on my own. Because of his ability to use the petrification with it with the fact that the petrification will and can curse you, and that the curse in Dark Souls 1 is pretty brutal of a status effect, being that the thing literally takes away a portion of your HP until you get uncursed. I would go for the souls there, but I honestly just don't care at this point about it. Now, I don't remember if there was like a hidden chamber is where like the bonfire might have been back here, or if there literally is not one and you have to run from that area every time. But here's Seath's boss room. We're gonna go ahead and attempt Seath. If I get cursed, you guys are gonna see me kind of warp around. So, there's a whole mechanic to Seath when you first go to fight him your first time ever. Seath has this tree behind him that you like literally have to go destroy the tree, because if you do not destroy this tree, Seath does not take damage. Seath ends up if you that was a little too easy, like, come on, first try, didn't even get cursed. Okay. I'm a little shocked, but okay. And back to Firelink we go. Because we just did Seath in like 5 minutes of this video starting. And now I'm a little sad because this video is probably going to be really short. Unless we want to attempt the DLC. Okay. Maybe this isn't the end of the video because I didn't think you had to do a specific boss to get to the end of the game. And now I'm believing maybe you have to. Okay. I always thought that in order to get to, and I'm amazed it doesn't show. Because if so, that might be the one boss that I can't do. Alright, everyone, sorry that I'm standing around. I thought that a boss was completely optional. Okay. So... they're gonna consider one of the bosses that I don't really want to deal with as a necessary boss. I swear I've done the game without having to do them before, but this changes everything. So something that we need to do now is I have to go fight Seath. So no, this will not be the last episode, more than likely. There will be one more episode after this, and that will be the episode that will result in the last episode. So what we need to do is I need to kill some enemies. Once the enemies are killed and have been taken care of, I'll be once these enemies are killed and taken care of, I'll be able to go to the areas that I need to, unless I still have, yay, poppable souls. Okay. Is the Undead Parish Warp the one that I'm thinking it is? Because if it is, I can save myself some time. If it's not, then I'm gonna have to just teleport back to Firelink and use the shortcut. Okay, Undead Parish is indeed the one that I was thinking. So then...
I know what you said won't be. I'm afraid you'll have to.
Okay. So, everyone, now comes... So, here's gonna come the moment that I've not been wanting to do, the moment that I've been dreading. I finally get the head into Darkroot Garden. I hate the idea of being in an area with living frickin' trees and all this gobbledygook. I don't care if they barely hurt me. I hate it. I don't like it. The place is pretty, I will give it that. But there, bonfire lit. Crust dealt with. Forest area. And we're gonna probably watch me get slayed by these NPCs multiple times because it is my fate. Every time I try to come through these woods, these NPCs kill me multiple times. We're going to essentially this time try to say screw that and try to bypass them. Okay. We are now in Zone 2 of the forest. And we are gonna go ahead. We're gonna drop right here. We're gonna move forward. And we're gonna open up this doorway, which is gonna lead to the next boss room. Here we go. It's time to fight Seath the wolf, who was Artorius's companion. I know that most people feel bad doing that. I felt bad doing that. But it had to be done. And I'm not physically walking back to where I came from. Screw that. We're about to see just how bad I get torn apart in a moment. We get the teleport back to Firelink. And so, because the game is going to require me to do this, I have to remove the one thing giving me protection, meaning I need to become super dodgy. Because if I do not do this properly, I will end up getting myself destroyed and torn apart. This may be the one boss fight that, if it's possible, I have to end up removing my password and all that I would use with Sergey, and that I would end up seeing if I can't maybe summon a person to come and help me with this fight, because I have to go fight the 4 kings, and I have to do this as a caveman, which I would believe, oh hey, I'm able to do every other boss. But this is the 4 kings we're talking about, and I honestly don't know how to feel about that. Being that these bosses have given me time and time again a hard time, be it past, present, or future, because they're known for dealing mass amounts of damage regardless, and for me to say that I am doing this for me to say that I'm doing this by myself, no armor, no nothing, I think that is a terrible, terrible idea to attempt. So yeah, I just purposely let myself die. I don't have any of the blessings that allow me to kill those ghosts. So I'm sorry about that. And I'd also like to say, everyone, I feel a little stupid for calling the phonograph a sonograph in the last episode. I am more focusing on the game than other brain processes right now, or processing things with my brain at the moment. I am going to reattempt this, and we will hope that I can do this. I mean, absolute worst case scenario, the Ring of Fap, while useful, maybe I'll remove it and let it break, but that'd only be so I can do the Covenant of Artorias ring with the steel protection, so that I can hopefully end up actually surviving this fight. But if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna have to look at all the other rings in game and see if there isn't some other ring that could help me out as a caveman. I mean, it looks like my resistances are now up high enough to help absorb damage. Which honestly is nice, being what they used to be. And I remembered what I did that technically screwed me over the last time I came through here. I always forgot that when you come down, you don't want to go down that set of stairs just yet. I believe you want to... Nope, I made a wrong turn, which will probably end up resulting in the death of me, because yeah, I was supposed to come down, come here, and then you make a little side drop. And that right there, people, is... Oh no, not my humanity. Well, there's the chunk I needed to power my weapon up. That I was hoping I'd get. Alright, let's go ahead. We'll try this with the 2 Estus that I've got. Worst case scenario, I'll do a little grinding off screen for humanity. I'll grind up one of the bonfire. I'll grind up the Firelink bonfire up to 20. And then we'll make the run through. And then we'll see how much damage I take from one of the kings. Okay. So it's definitely possible, everyone, but it does look like I may have to say goodbye to my Ring of Fap in order to actually beat the Kings, which I am not against doing. Okay. Let's see, what is the human... Okay, so that's what my effigy... Warp, Firelink Shrine, that will put me at 15. We'll get the 15 of them, and then we'll reattempt the fight now. It looks like as long as I can dodge the sword swings, I can kill them before their partner spawns. And they are the 4 kings, so there's only 4 of them. If I could kill the one and almost kill the second one with no problem, getting the third disposed of shouldn't be... This should be a... I'm not gonna say it should be a breeze, because it's not going to be. But it should be a whole lot easier than I thought it would. Seeing as that my attack is actually pretty decent. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna reverse hollowing so I can kindle the bonfire up to 15. And then, if I could, I might have grinded the bonfire up to 20. So like I said, we might have 2 videos left after the after this episode before the finale, which isn't a bad thing. And then we'll have actually more of them if I decide to do the DLC. But I've never done the DLC, and to do the DLC as a caveman sounds even more ridiculous for my first time. So I am actually going to have to mute for a moment. Okay, everyone, I'm back. We're going to go ahead and move forward and do another attempt at the 4 kings. The 15 versus having 5 Estus should make all the difference. And then before we gotta go fight Gwyn, I'll probably Google the rings. Well, not the rings. I'll probably use Google to look up the rings, is what I meant to say. That way, I can then figure out what ring to use to replace my Ring of Fap. More than likely, I'll see if I can't pull off grabbing the backflip ring. And then if I can pull off getting the backflip ring, I'll get that so that I can backflip to make me have a more... That shouldn't have worked. The reach on that is freaking... The reach on that grab of theirs is broken. Like, that should not have grabbed me whatsoever from the range that I was, and then it pops off Okay, everybody. Here we go. Take 2 at this fight. I'm screwed, guys. There's no way. 2 of the kings are up at the same time. I should have already had this one dead. Beat the 4 kings, everybody. Caveman style. Still impressed that this is doing this amazingly. Okay, there's the bonfire off in the distance. So, we can light this bad boy. Pop a squat. And then... oh, so that's how much extra the thing gave me. Okay. Okay, I see how much it affected me now. We'll go ahead and throw some HP in because that extra HP did help. And now we can go ahead and teleport back to Firelink. I can pop that humanity, get those 20. And then we're ready to go take on Gwyn. So, I honestly thought that this video might need another 2 videos after it. We're gonna go ahead and remove the 1. And we're gonna put on the Hornet Ring because backstabs. And with us going to parry Gwyn in the fight, or we're going to attempt to be parrying Gwyn in the fight, we're gonna want that Hornet Ring's extra damage for backstabs and parries. Making this fight essentially a trivial fight. We're gonna go ahead and get that last kindle on that bonfire, getting it up to 20. Now, for those of you that have never played Dark Souls 3 before and you're watching my playthrough, thank you. And something that you should know is that when you kindle a bonfire to 20, when you go into your new game cycle, the bonfire kindlings actually carry on over you will lose your right of kindling, so you won't be able to kindle it any higher than what it was, or whatever bonfire you had kindled to a certain point. So, if you actually know the rat farming humanity farm area that I showed you, you can farm the humanity from them and kindle every bonfire before you go on to your next playthrough. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to offer up the Lord Vessel, the fragment. This is the last one. And I think the only ending I've never gotten for Dark Souls 1 might be the ending where you have Solaire link the flame instead, if I remember that being an actual thing. So, here's what we gotta do, everyone. It's time to head into the kiln of the first flame. Now, I am just gonna straight up admit this. I myself do not care about fighting my way there. I don't want to waste Estus. So we are going to actually be dodging our way through and kind of running our way to Gwyn. I actually know of a ring that would probably be a good ring for me to pick up. I just gotta look up where it will be if, say, with the time that we have left for this video, we do not successfully beat Gwyn. Which would be that we could look for the Colanther ring, which increases stamina recovery rate. That way we are actually able to swing our weapon more often with how quick it comes back. Though it's been a while since I've seen that, so I'm not 100% sure where exactly the Now, we went one-handed before we came in here because almost always Gwyn rushes you. And now, see, what we needed was that one moment there to... Yeah, his damage output is going to be redonkulous against me because I have no armor. But this is the final trial. And all I have to do is make this run. And we can get in there. Fighting Gwyn himself will be a challenge, but if we can honestly get the parry timing correct to parry him, the fight becomes a joke because you can just parry him to death. Like, it'd be, I'd pull the parry, get it, riposte him. After reposting his attack, I would then deal a crap ton of damage to him from the repost due to the Hornet Ring. And then...
I'm back. Sorry about that, and sorry for interrupting.
Welcome back. I'm literally getting ready to go fight the final boss.
Oh no.
Yeah, I thought I'd have to do 2 more videos. Turns out I only have to do the one. And if I can get off the parry, which he's the only boss who can parry.
Damn.
If I can get the parry timing off, because he always starts with the same attack every time. If you can get the parry off right out in the beginning, and I also have the Hornet Ring equipped, which increases parry damage, I can actually then... Okay, I'm dead.
Oh no.
More than likely I'm dead. I only have a sliver of HP left, and there's no way I am... Yeah, I'm dead. I one-handed attacked him, so... The one-handed attack does jack diddly against him. Because I'm using a weapon that's meant to be two-handed. The only reason I've got it in one-handed stance is because I need to be able to parry, and if you have a bare hand, like... If your hand is bare in your offhand, and you're one-handing a weapon, you can parry with your offhand. Like, just the bare naked hand, you can parry with it for some reason.
I mean, IRL, if you time it right, you can do that.
I mean, yeah,
Although,
you could grab the blade and whatnot, but it's not a good idea.
Too early in your hand is gone, and too late, I mean, the blade's already inside you.
So, essentially, the whole game plan is that I go in because he always starts the fight with, like, a lunge attack. You've got to get it right, but if you get it right, you parry his lunge. And then you're able to riposte him right then and there. And then you can take some distance off from him. And if you take your distance properly, it will result in you being able to have him do the lunge again, and you can parry him again and rinse and repeat, and you can literally get him into a parry loop where all you do is you parry him every time, and then you just kill him. But I think what I'm gonna do is that I'm actually going to try to fight him legit, because every time I go for the parry it gets me killed. And I go for a roll instead, and of course, instant death. This is some B frickin' ass. Yeah, this is some BS, everyone. This video is just gonna be me failing to kill him. I've only got 9 minutes left of the video. I could make the run to get to him, but I'd have to end the video mid-fight. So, we get one more video of me literally trying to beat him and then probably sitting through the credits. Until the next video, everyone, take it easy.